Hey guys, welcome to Fast Fashion. I'm your girl Fatu J, and today I have a very special guest with me, Vivian.
Hey guys, I'm Vibe with Viv. That's for Vision, Inspiration, Believe in Empowerment.
I love that.
And I'm a relationship coach. Thanks for having me today.
Yeah, thank you for being here. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Who is Vivian?
Who is Vivian? That's a deep question.
I mean, who? And people want to know, like, who is Vivian?
That is a deep question. So who am I? So I'm from Cameroon. Originally, that's in West Africa, close to Nigeria, if you're not familiar. So I was born in Cameroon, but raised in the U.S., have a history with health background, so I'm a nurse practitioner on the side, and then I'm also a relationship coach. So I started that after my own experiences with heartbreak and finding love, which has now led me to the Vibe with Viv.
Vibe with Viv. I like that.
Thank you.
So you are, you were a graduate.
Yep.
You are not just beautiful. You also have brain.
Yes,
So
yes.
that's good.
Hey, we thank God.
So you moved here from Cameroon.
From Cameroon, yeah.
So how long have you been here?
For over 20 years. I came here when
wow.
I was 7 years old.
Oh my God, you're pretty much American.
Pretty
Like,
much.
do you know
right?
anything back home?
Of course. That's why everyone's surprised when I can
you
dance. I can cook.
You can cook some Korean food.
Of course, yeah.
Really? What can you cook?
So my favorite's Arrow. So my last post was some of the things I like. So there's Arrow, which is, I think you guys, it's kind of like your palava sauce, kind of.
Oh, that's the Liberian.
Yeah, okay.
So
So it's kind
sauce.
of like the green. So Arrow, and then we have achu. Can't go wrong with your jollof rice.
Okay, wait, you guys have a jollof rice?
Of course.
So is it all, I mean, I don't know, do all Africans have jollof rice?
Yeah, I would say we each have our own like little distinct similarities but differences.
That's surprising. Being here for 20 years and still remember the African culture.
Of course.
So tell me, so you say a little bit about your experience, heartbreak. So that's why you go towards being a relationship coach. Are you certified or are you just expert at it?
Yeah, so with my health background, I have some mental health experience. So I do the nurse practitioner thing. So I still work at a mental health clinic.
Okay.
So with that, I have that preparation with dealing with like, childhood trauma and like just relationship and life things. And then on the life coach aspect, that just kind of transpires with that knowledge.
Okay.
And with life coaching, you can get certified or not. Right now, I'm not certified because I feel that with my background in health, it kind of covers for that.
Right.
And I kind of have the relationship skills and the techniques that comes with helping people, get from one stage in their relationship to another when it comes to healing. So not certified relationship coach wise, but with my nurse practitioner background and health coaching, it kind of transpires to that.
Okay. So can you tell me since you're a relationship coach,
Yep.
So a lot of people out there, ladies, guys, they want to know like what's a healthy relationship like? Like what would you consider to be a healthy relationship?
Yeah, a healthy relationship comes with peace.
Right.
I think a lot of people are looking for what's healthy based off of what is seen from outside. But if you're not at peace within in who you are and with your partner, that's not healthy. So we try to put on this facade of we're happy, we're good, when like inside within us we're unhappy. Imagine going on vacation, best place in the world, and you're in an argument with your partner.
Ooh, yeah, I hear
That's
that.
the worst feeling ever.
Exactly.
So a healthy relationship starts with you. That's one of my biggest motto. A healthy relationship starts with you. Being in tune with yourself, being confident with who you are, the way you're created. Once you're in tune with yourself and your partner is with that at the same level, you can build that healthy communication, healthy relationship. So everything starts from within.
So everything starts within yourself. Because I feel like some people feel like if you're not happy, you can't make somebody else happy.
Absolutely, yeah.
So that's all starts with a healthy relationship as well. So tell me like what has been your most challenging client that you ever deal with? Like who are your most challenging difficult clients? I should say like it's gonna be females or male.
So I only work with females.
Oh, wait a minute.
Only females.
Okay, what about the guys? I'm sure the guys need some like relationship advice.
They can see all my posts and glean whatever they need to get from that. But when it comes to the one-on-one coaching, I work with just women, just because I feel like I can relate with them better. I can understand them. I've kind of walked through that path with them, at some point. So I serve women.
You serve only
Only women. But
a
guys
problem
can
with that.
read the post and can learn from it. Yeah.
But my thing is, if you been through it, you have experience with
Yeah.
heartbreak, you will know. I mean, you should coach a guy how to love a woman, how to be in a healthy relationship. So I feel like if you have both like client male and female, maybe I don't know. Like I'm just thinking, you think that will be better, or you just feel like okay, I'm related to the females. I'm just gonna stick with the females.
Yep.
The guys break my heart. I don't want to help them.
Yeah. So I think that men, they need, work too. Like there's no one population that needs more work than the other. My heart just lays in with the women, because I've been there, kind of done that, and I can provide them with that transition because I've been there from that experience. So hey, men, like you need it. I feel you, and I'm sure there's a coach out there for you.
But this is not the one.
But it's not for me. That's right.
So tell me, what is your most successful story when it comes to your client? Do you have a client that comes back say, oh my God, I totally listened to what you said, I totally listened to your coaching and it works? Like, do you have that one successful client that always come back and testimony?
Yep. So I work particularly with women who are going through heartbreak. So women who have gone through a relationship, a separation, women who are trying to find love and just that self-love, clarity in who they are and when it comes to relationships. So the last person I worked with was going through a healing process after a breakup with a boyfriend. And so the program is a 7-week program, and so we meet weekly through virtual, the computer, so virtually. And each week we have intense conversations, heart-to-heart things, and working on different things. And since we've worked together, she's had this transition of just feeling valued and knowing who she is and how to set boundaries in relationships right from the get-go and picking up on those red flags. So red flags are always there if we pay attention to them. So she's been able to transition from this place of feeling like, I don't know what I'm going to do, this is the worst thing that's going to happen to me so far, to a place where it's like, you know what, I'm going to be okay. I've learned the tools I need now, and knowing what my value is, knowing my why, and being okay and content, being in a singleness right now, and being okay with that. So she will randomly email me and say, hey, this is where I'm at now. What do you think? She wants to do like a month checkup just to see where she's doing. So, yeah, she keeps up and keeps me involved in some of her life decisions,
That's
which
really
is nice.
good.
Yeah.
Is he single?
The person.
Yeah,
she is single.
Okay.
So hers was working on healing after that breakup.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to ask you. Like, how can you heal after a tough breakup? Like, when would you know that, okay, I'm completely healed, it's time for me to move on to the next relationship? Like, what the period of time that can you give yourself? Like, for example, me, I will just share my story with you off the camera. What would you say that will help me heal, or what would you say that how long will it take for me to heal and move on to the next relationship?
Yeah. So that's really dependable on each person. Depends on the situation, what happened, and everyone is unique, but there are certain steps that need to be followed in order to help ease that process of healing. And the first thing is really accepting and acknowledging that you are hurting. Yes. A lot of people want to skip that feeling and kind of move on to mask it, but you really need to step back and say, hey, someone just broke up with me, I'm hurt, I just need to cry and be okay.
Just break down and cry.
Yeah, you have to. So you need to be real with those emotions. So there are different steps that you have to follow. How long it takes you for each step, it's dependable on each person.
But what's the first step that
you need to accept those feelings, recognize it's real, and just feel it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the next step after that?
Yeah.
Let's say, like, most of us try. Let's say we cover up a hurt with a new relationship.
Yep.
Would you say that's a bad idea?
That's a very bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you find love if you were still in love with somebody else?
You can have multiple lovers.
Really?
You can have multiple lovers. So there's this notion that we find the one, right? A lot of people go with that notion, but honestly, the way God designed it is like different people will come in your life at different times, I could be a potential great partner with person A or with person B. I have to decide who my one is. So there are many people that you could potentially love
At the same time?
almost at the same time.
Okay.
But you have to be the one to decide who my one is.
That's true.
But like if you're still in love with someone else and you're trying to find another love, you're causing yourself and that person for a setup and a failure in your relationship. So, yes, you can find another love. Is it a healthy love? No.
No. Okay. So then you need time to heal and completely get over that person
Absolutely.
before you can move on to the next one.
Right.
Okay. So tell me, I know most of the time we when we get heartbreaks, right? When sometimes somebody breaks your heart, it's hard for somebody to move on. It's hard for somebody to trust again. Like that, client of yours, she knows her values, she knows her worth, she knows what she can look for when it comes to men. So what would you say to people who feel like, okay, I've been there, I've been hurt, I don't think I can find love again?
I would say it starts in your mind. A lot of our battles start in our minds. So if that thought is you're not going to be able to find somebody else again, guess what? You're not going to be able to find somebody else again because you've already limited yourself in your mind. But is that true? No, and it doesn't have to be true for you. So it starts with renewing your mindset. So another way to look at it is like, hey, I've had a bad relationship experience. Does that mean they'll all be like that? No. Yeah. Right? So it's just changing the mind and those experiences in a way where you can see an outlet to it. Yeah. So our biggest battles start in our mind, and once you can renew your mind with those positive affirmations, you can see the world in a different way, and then things can start beginning to align for you and your desires.
That's true. But
yeah.
I'm going to go to you
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah.
So can you share a little bit of experience of your heartbreak and how did you get over that?
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. So my heartbreak, it occurred over a year. So I was...
Oh, in a year?
Yeah. Yep. So it's not anything recent. It's a while ago. It was a year relationship where in my mind, I think sometimes as women, when we start talking to a guy, we think that, ooh, this person likes me and they're ready to commit. And then we keep, putting on the benefit of the doubt, giving our all, when the other person is not really reciprocating it back. So I was in one of those, I guess you would call situationships, where, where you think you're in a relationship, but it's not very well defined, and I keep, trying to put in my best work, and the person's not reciprocating it. That went on for about a year. I realized that he was also talking to other women, through like social media, and my friends at that time were saying, hey, he tried talking to this person, and I'll be like, no, I don't believe it. He wouldn't do that.
We always ignore the red flags.
Yeah, we ignore it exactly when they're always there and present. Like it's like when they say when someone shows you who they are from the beginning, believe it. Like that's who they really are. I think a lot of the times as women, or just people in general, we live thinking like, oh, this person is going to change. Yes. And I'm expecting that to change, and then that's your reality. Yeah. But no, like, you need to pay attention to them now. Like, that's who they are now.
That's true.
So I miss a lot of those red flags, and then I kept through that for a year, kind of wasting my time, and then at one point I got fed up, and I'm like, talking to myself, I'm like, Vivian, like, why are you putting yourself through this? Like, is this what you want for your life? So then I, hit him up and I was like, hey, I want to be in a relationship with you, but if you don't want to, just let me know. And he said, okay. That was the one word reply, just okay.
That's it?
That was it. He was like, okay.
Wow. That was cold.
And that was pretty much like the end of it. So it was hurtful because I'm like, hey, I have so much going on for me. Why wouldn't he want to be with me?
Yeah.
And stuff. And just the way it ended, it just showed like he never really cared about me. But yet I was pouring out my heart and trying to make it work.
And you're not receiving
and it wasn't reciprocated at all. And he was talking to other people at the same time. So, yeah.
That's crazy. So from there to now be in a relationship coach, giving women relationship advice, what they should look for, what kind of red flag you should pay attention to. Because when we are in love, we always tend to ignore those red flags.
Yeah.
It sometimes it's there, and it's like right there on our face, but we just ignore it. And also hoping that the person will change for the better. And like Kenya Moore said, if somebody tell you who they are, don't believe them. If they, I think they show you who they believe who they. I don't know, I forgot what I said. Like, I mean, believe the person if they show you who they are, but not like saying, "Oh, I'm a good person," but the opposite, they're showing you a totally different person. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, what advice would you give to women out there who are in a situationship
Yeah.
that they can't seem to get out of because
Yeah.
hoping that the guy will change?
Yeah. I say one of the biggest things is to be aligned with who you are. What does that mean? It means knowing your truth and your value. So once you know who you are, your values are, that's your guiding post. That's what's guiding you with your directions, with what decisions to make.
Yes.
So if the person you're with is not aligning with your truth and your values, you know what you need to do. Your
Oh.
instinct is already telling you like something's up. As soon as you get that feeling like something is up, something's not right, pay attention to it. Because that's like the direction. It's directing you for what to do. And because a lot of us miss listening to that voice within, that's why we end up in certain situations that we could have avoided if we would have listened to that inner being. So be aligned with your truth and your value. Use that as a direction to help you, guide you. And whenever you get that voice within you telling you something's not right, listen to it and take action based off of that inner spirit.
Oh my God! Yes, that's. I feel like you were just talking to me. Like, I feel like seriously, because sometimes you see those and like your inner voice is telling you that something is not right.
Yeah.
You know, something doesn't seem right, but then you keep ignoring, keep saying no. I'm tripping. You know, but deep down, it's not. So let's say people, when you're out of a relationship, you take time to heal.
Yep.
So in order for the person not to fall back onto the old relationship habit, what can they do to make sure that the next guy will be the one for them?
So that comes to part of the healing. So another step in that healing process is reflecting.
Okay.
So you have to reflect on the role that you played in it and the role the other person played in it. Because it takes two people, right?
Yes.
It takes two. So you really have to sit back and say, this is the areas that I missed. Acknowledge that, and then come up with a game plan. So that's where we work through with the people when I do my coaching sessions. These are the areas that you missed, right? So how can we make sure we don't repeat that again? So it's reflecting on it, identifying that, and coming up with a game plan with how you're not going to try and repeat some of those things again. And hey, we're all humans, right? So we're bound to make some of those mistakes again. But as much as we can eliminate it or decrease it, like, that's better for us overall. So reflect, address it, and identify your game plan.
Okay, let's say you're in a relationship with somebody. I'm wearing yellow because yellow is endometriosis. March is endometriosis month.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely celebrating me and celebrating all the women out there who are suffering with endometriosis. I just want to say, stay strong. Let's keep praying. Let's keep fighting, and let's keep raising awareness. And hopefully one day the doctors will take us serious and find a cure for endometriosis. So what would you say for a woman who's dating a guy, and the woman is, let's say for example, I have endometriosis, right? Like, I'm dating somebody, or I marry somebody, and then the person is not very value, who you are and and what you're going through. Like, how can you break free from that relationship without hurting yourself?
So in essence, you're saying that if someone is in a relationship and they have a health issue going on, and the person they're with is not supportive of them and what they're going through, right?
Yes.
Okay. So when it comes to that, again, it goes back to knowing who you are and what you're willing to accept and not accept, right? So my biggest things when it comes to leaving and separating, you want to make sure you're doing it in a safe way.
Okay.
So safety is always important with whatever your exit plan is. So if you're in an area where you're not safe, I want you to try and seek, an outside support. There's always like different counselors who can get you that assistance. And let's say now you're in a place where you are safe. So then have that conversation with that person, right? And now let's say you've had these number of conversations and it's not going anywhere and this person's not able to support you. You have to love yourself enough to step back to take care of yourself, because you only have one life. and it's your health. So you
Yes.
need to take care of you. Because if you don't take care of you, who else can take care of yourself?
Nobody.
No one. So you need to protect your well-being and step out if you need to for your own sake. Because how can you heal if you're stressed, right?
That's
Stress causes actually more inflammation in our
Yes.
bodies
Yep.
and more problems. So if you're in a stressful area, just know you're not helping yourself heal at all. Your cortisone levels are going up. You know,
Yes.
all your epinephrine and your fight or fight. So you're in the state where it's not promoting growth and healing. So make sure it's a safe situation. Speak with them. If it doesn't change, love yourself enough to step back.
Okay, that's really good.
Yeah.
I really like that. So tell me a little bit more. I'm gonna go back to this situationship because I know a friend who's in that situation, but it's like, is there a way that you can tell the guy, or is there a way that the guy will ever change to from situationship to an actual real relationship?
I say that when they show you who they are, you best believe it. I honestly, that's what it is. That's what
true.
it is.
Yeah.
Because again, we hold on to this thought that they will change.
Yes.
You know, and that's what keeps a lot of us in those situationships.
and stay.
And they still don't change.
Yep.
So, no, if someone's showing you that they're not ready to commit, believe that and step back. You know, that's easier said than done because we do want to give the benefit of the doubt. But by all means, give the benefit of the doubt for this much time, but don't let it be the rest of your life, right? So I'd rather have you hurt now than be hurt for the remaining 20, 30 years that you're together. So temporary sacrifice versus a long-term sacrifice. You pick.
That's true. I like
Yeah.
that.